welcome to Poor Uncle Joe's Sunday afternoon story. Today's story is about something that fascinates me, always fascinated me. And it's something that some of the younger viewers to my story might not even know what it is. And that's shorthand. Shorthand to me has always been like a secret language that only secretaries knew. I was always fascinated by it. Always wanted to learn it and never had the chance. Well, for some of the younger people in the audience, if you don't know what shorthand is, you may have seen the Beverly Hillbillies on TV, and Mr. Drysdale, the bank president, had a secretary named Jane Hathaway, and he would always call Miss Hathaway in. She'd come racing into his office with her steno pad and a pencil over her ear, and she'd start to take down dictation, whatever he was saying. And then when she was finished, she would take it into her office and type it up in letter form. And those folks that knew shorthand, boy, they could take notes a mile a minute. Well, as time went by, my daughter got into high school, and I joined a couple of men's clubs at her school. And in one of the clubs, they had election of officers, and they elected me to be the secretary. And of course, it's up to the secretary to take the minutes from their meetings. And I thought, how cool it would be if I could learn shorthand and take the minutes that way. Unbelievable. I happened to pick up the paper a couple of days later, and one of the local high schools was offering some courses in the evening for adults who wanted to learn things like key punch operation, typing, and lo and behold, shorthand. I thought, boy, this is my chance. So I checked into it. It was $5 a course. Now, you may remember from some earlier Poor Uncle Joe stories, I tend to be a little frugal, so $5 sounded like a bargain to me. So I signed up for it. And when I showed up for the class, there were about 20 people there, 19 women and me. I thought, if I can just get something out of this course, I don't expect to be expert at it, but I'd like to learn this secret language anyhow. And so we started. Well, in the first couple of nights, I learned the alphabet. And all of the women who were there were women who had taken shorthand in high school, so they already knew a lot more than I did. It was supposed to be beginning shorthand, but they knew what they were doing, and I really didn't have a clue. So I learned all the letters, the language of shorthand. But what I never grasped was when you use the shorthand letters, you don't use them all. You listen for the sounds, and then you write down maybe 2 or 3 strokes that when you sound it out, it will make the word. You don't have to write down the whole word. I never really grasped that. I was writing as fast as I could, trying to put all the letters in. It just wasn't working. So by about the 3rd week, I knew I was hanging on by a straw. And the teacher came in and said, okay, students, open up your books and read the letter, which was in shorthand. Read the letter on page 18. Mary, you go first. So Mary picked up the book and she said, Dear Mr. Jones, regarding your letter of the 14th, we regret to inform you, okay, Judy, you take it. We regret to inform you that we will not be able to make the delivery of the widgets that you ordered. Joe, you take it. On the 18th. Got it. But we won't, no, we will give you a discount. Okay, Judy, take it again. Well, everybody knew I was struggling, including the teacher. So finally, near the end of class, I said, I'd like to say something. I really think it's time I drop out of this class. I learned what I wanted to learn. I learned a little bit about the magic of shorthand. But I'm really holding this class back. I mean, these other girls know what they're doing, and they can fly, and I'm just struggling here. So I'm going to bow out. Well, they all asked me to stay. They said, no, you're doing okay. You're learning. I said, no, I'm not. And so I left. But to this day, I stand in admiration of all the girls that know shorthand and all the secretaries that are out there slugging it out every day. Even though they don't use shorthand anymore, I still admire them. That's all for today, folks. Please tune in again next Sunday afternoon for Poor Uncle Joe's Sunday Afternoon Story.